Alright, Patriots, is another video. I don't know how this YouTube thing works. I should have done this a long time ago. I was going to do this for my business. I just never got to it. I guess I build walls. I need to learn how to take walls down because the whole tech thing, it's like turns me away. Anyway, Patriots. I know it was a lot of people that followed the 17 movement, and I want to get into that a little bit here. I appreciate the 17 movement for what it is. I don't know the answers, if it's real or not. And you got all these guys, YouTube guys, and whatever they are now, BitChute, Rumble, saying to get intel and this and that and da-da-da, I don't know. I'm not really here to judge them. Some of them say some stuff that's real. And I don't mean this in a hateful way. I'm really not a hateful person. I ain't gonna lie, I've been beaten to hell by life, and I'm really not a hateful person, and I'm trying to learn these things and also learn how to master emotion, because unfortunately we react, we're like programmed to react to emotion immediately as humans, and I guess, I'm not a psychologist or anything. I should be far more educated than I am, but I do dabble in a lot of things. Curiosity gets the best of me, and I'm also, I'm a truth seeker, really. It's not like, oh, you're a Q guy, or, you're one of these crazy, conspiracy, I can't stand that word. It's such a, most of y'all know that was propaganda, that whole term. But anyway, I'm a truth seeker, man. I want to know the truth. It drives me crazy. And, it's hard to say. And I'm not going to get into, if the channel picks up and we get some people, maybe I'll get into it later on. But, like, truth. I'll hint at something, and don't go crazy and start throwing swords at me and shit. Like, give me a freaking break. Just check it out. So, and this is another thing, is like, we've been programmed not to say this, not to ask questions. You can't mention the Holocaust. You can't, question. And listen, I'm not denying it exactly or anything. What I'm, I don't want anybody, and I'm not a big, like, I really, I'm not going to curb myself to cater to people's feelings. Listen, I don't give a fuck. I done said this shit 10 fucking years ago. I'm so tired of it. But, no, I don't want to offend somebody who may have some sort of hereditary ties or connections, to the Holocaust. But just hear me out. This is just something that always screwed with me. And I'm going to throw what's going on right now. It's a communist invasion. We've been invaded already, subverted, infiltrated by communists. It's been said and done. It's anybody that doesn't realize what the hell's going on, you really are retarded. And I'm saying, like, the Q people with there's the plan, this and that, and, like, I'll get into that. And no, I'm not putting hate on that. Let me get into it. But, like, they haven't been abiding by the Constitution in a long, long time. And, listen, I have faith in one man. I'm in no man. I have faith in God. I have hope in man. And I have hope in mankind, as many people have said. We're not born to hate. It just doesn't happen. With the shit they're doing to kids in school, why do you think they're teaching them to be racist? I mean, that's what they're doing, and it's the most insane ideology in the world. And you all know that. I hope to God you do. It's disgusting. Technically, I'm going to say I'm a victim, but I'm a victim of it. Like, I have kids, and my oldest, the shit that's just been going on in the last 2 years with my oldest, I'm not seeing them right now, and I'm dealing with massive corruption. I'm getting way off topic. I'm dealing with massive corruption in the state of Georgia, but I'm never gonna give away my position. But it's a really hard fight, and I know a lot of fathers and mothers have done this. But I'm a New Yorker and I live in Georgia, married to a woman that was, she's from the middle of nowhere, Georgia. Her whole family's from the middle of nowhere, Georgia. And I'm not trying to act like I was perfect or anything. I definitely have my faults, but her mother's on 7 marriages, and this woman, literally our whole marriage, did everything she could to tear us apart. And I had never did anything for a while. I didn't do anything against my wife. I honored it. I'm a Catholic, and I honored it. But she slept with half the people in the area. Same with her mother, my ex's grandmother. She ain't got a good history either. And my ex slept around all over the place and had this whole daddy thing. Like, listen, I got my flaws too, but like I said, I like psychology. I like to understand human minds, and I've battled a mass amount of depression on my own. I have the VA. I'm a U.S. Marine Corps combat veteran, served in Afghanistan. Technically 2 rotations, as they call it, or it's not 2 deployments, but they call it two cycles. I can't even remember. I was there 09 to 10 under Obama bin Laden, as I call him, and call him Biden, whatever the hell you want to call that disgrace. And I'll get into that. I have another video up, and it's probably, I should probably delete it because it's just a long video, and it's, I'm trying to break these barriers. But when I came back from Afghanistan, it did change me. And like, I'm a Marine, so I'm like, oh, I want to be tough. There's a lot more Marines, brothers and sisters. I got brothers that didn't come home from my deployment. We had to clean up what was left of them after they were hit by explosives, slid on explosives. We were shot at, blown up all the time, and our hands were behind our back most of our deployment because of Barry, Obama bin Laden. But and I came home, and all I wanted to see was my wife and my child, and she played everything was just all fine and dandy, acting like it was so great to have me home. And slowly but surely, I ended up finding out she slept with 5 different guys during my deployment, and then a girl towards the end of my deployment who she ended up getting in this like actual relationship with, and plagued my marriage for like 2 years. I guess I can't blame it on her. Like, I couldn't even handle it. Like, I got chosen to go to a specialty school that I've been wanting to go to the whole time in the Marine Corps, and not acting like I'm some freaking chesty polar, but I was a squared up Marine. I was in real good shape, took real good care of myself, was always trying to better myself as a Marine. I got handpicked to go through into the MARSOC, in through MARSOC, which was like a dream of mine, and so was being a drill instructor. Unfortunately, I got injured, and it was just before my re-enlistment time, and they were going to put me on an 18-month medical hold. And after she cheated the first time, and I went to a specialty school, I had to leave the school early because she was pulling this confused lesbian bullshit, and I threw away that dream, and it just went downhill after that. It did, and they were pussying up the Marine Corps so fucking bad. When I joined, I got told, watch out. Used to call it Mothers of America, and no hate on anybody. Like, we need to come together, seriously. But that's what, like, we were always told. Like, thanks to Mothers of America, Marine Corps is getting gentler. You know, welcome to the kinder, gentler Marine Corps. Now, the Marines that came before me, they got, you know, they went through harder shit, and as it went down, it got softer. But I got hands put on me. I got my ass whooped. I got meritoriously promoted in boot camp just for the fact that I was a New Yorker. My kill hat was from Boston, and the whole, you know, cycle the whole time I was in, he did everything he could to get me to drop out. You know, failure to adapt, and I wasn't having it. Like, I used to. It sounds pathetic, man. I really hate saying it, but like, I used to have a real strong mindset. I love challenges. Like, I ate them up and I looked for them. So when he would do that to me, I excelled. Like, oh, all right, I got you. And at the end, he came up to me, and we became, you know, pretty tight after that. He ended up getting stationed in my base, or the base I was at. You know, we went out for drinks and stuff. You know, awesome dude, really. And I have nothing but most respect for him. He was a real deal Marine. That's the type of drill instructors you needed. You need now, and I don't know how it is now, but I know the Army got soft as hell 10 years ago. I know for a fact because I was on Army bases. Anyway, so let's get back. You know, I just went way off rant. So, you know, we've been invaded by communists, you know, and like I said, like, the Holocaust has always intrigued me for certain things, like, because the human mind, the, you know, human condition, like, you know, you just want to understand humans, and, you know, we're living in way different times than they did in the 60s, 50s, 40s, 30s, 20s, you know, 1800s, and it's, you know, your mindset's different. The world you're born into, a different mindset. You know, that's why I like when people go into the slavery thing. Like, you know, you can get deep with that. I'm not going to get into it now. But, like, remember, these people come from a time in history where that was the norm. You know, that's how they lived. So, like, I'm not saying it's okay or not. Like, this is why America's the greatest country in the world, is they knew it was bad, and our forefathers wrote the paperwork up to allow us to progress to that situation to where we could eliminate, abolish it, and treat all that are equal. Alright, I'm about to make part 2 because it seems to take 10 hours to get these things to upload.